Good day and welcome. Now we've done some basic classwork on tree diagrams. I'm just doing some exam questions because it's very important that you understand the exam questions for tree diagrams and how we test it. So let's look at our first slide. Right, so the first question here says the probability of getting the first answer in a quiz correct is 0.6. If the first answer is correct, the probability of getting the second answer correct rises to 0.7. However, if the first answer is incorrect, probability of getting the second answer correct is only 0.4. Determine the probability of getting the second answer correct. So to solve this, we're going to have to draw a tree diagram. So either you can see there if the first answer is correct, it's correct or incorrect. Right, so they say if the first answer is correct, so either I select and I answer the question, I get it correct, or I get the question wrong. So C for correct, 1 for wrong. So I say if the first answer is correct, the probability of getting the second answer correct rises to 0.7. However, if the first answer is incorrect, the probability of getting the second answer correct is only 0.4. Probability of getting first answer in a quiz correct is 0.6. So I have a 0.6 chance out of 1 to get it correct. Therefore, 0.4 of that 1 chance I will get it wrong. I hope I make sense with what I'm saying to you. Right, so yeah, it's either correct or wrong. Right, second answer. So after I got the answer correct, I can get the answer correct or wrong. Or after I get the answer wrong, I can get it correct or wrong. So they want the probability of getting the second answer correct. So we want the probability of that second. Right? So if we got the first answer correct, the probability of getting the second answer correct is 0.7. Again, my probability in my branches must add up to 1 or 100%. Right, so 0.7 there, so therefore that is 0.3. 1 minus 0.7 gives me 0.3. Right, if the first answer is incorrect, the probability of getting the second answer correct is only 0.4. So again, 1 minus 0.4 would give me 0.6. Right, so for the we give you 1 mark for the tree diagram and 1 mark for the probability on the branches. Right, so 2 marks for the tree diagram. Now let's answer the question. So we're looking for term probability again, second answer correct. So we're looking for CC or we're looking for WC, where the second one is C. And I didn't list the outcomes. Normally you would list the outcomes, but he didn't give a mark for it. Right, so let's go to the next slide. All right, determine the probability of getting the second answer correct. So working from the tree diagram. So we have CC. So we have probability of CC plus probability of WC. Right? We want where the second is correct. So 0.6 times 0.7 plus 0.4 times 0.4. We simplify that, it gives me 0.5. So 1 for your calculation and 1 mark for your answer. So that was that exam question for 4 marks. Right, let's look at another exam question. So I'll try to keep it down to 2 or 3 exam questions per presentation. A blue and green ball bucket is filled with balls. So I either have a blue bucket or a green bucket. Blue bucket contains 5 white and 3 red balls. The green bucket contains 2 white and 7 red balls. Bucket is randomly selected and 1 ball is thereafter thrown from the bucket. Right, so for the first question, I say draw a tree diagram to represent the above information. Clearly indicate the probability of each branch of the tree and show all possible outcomes for 4 marks. So we have a blue and a green bucket, so either I'm going to select from a blue bucket or green bucket. Because I have 2 buckets, probability of selecting from the blue, there's only 1 blue bucket, so it's 1 out of 2. Or selecting from the green bucket, 1 out of 2. Right, now the blue bucket contains 5 white and red, so from the blue I can select white or I can select red. The green bucket contains 2 white and 7 red, so from the green I can select white I can select red. So all in all, in the blue bucket, I have 5 plus 3, which gives me 8 balls in total. So for the white, I have 5 over 8. And for the red, I have 3 over 8. Right, so there's my probabilities. In the green bucket contains 2 white and 7 red. So 2 plus 7 gives me 9. So for the white, I have 2 over 9. And for the red, I have 7 over 9. Right, so there's my probabilities. My outcomes. Can select from the blue bucket and then select white, PW. Can select from the blue bucket and select red, so PR. I can select from the green, then select white, so GW. Can select from the green and then select red, so GR. So 1 mark for the first branch, another mark for the second branch, right? That's from B. Another mark for the second branch from G. Another mark for the outcome. So that's my first 4 marks. Right, now let's look at the other questions that follow. Alright, so here we say determine the probability that a red ball is thrown. Alright, so I can select from the blue bucket and select red, or I can select from the green bucket and select red. So probability I select red would be equal to probability PR or probability GR. So PR would be half times 3 over 8. GR would be half times 7 over 9. So 1 mark for each proper calculation of values placed in there. And then 1 mark for the final answer. And that's how we get you 3 marks, right? So that's basic tree diagrams. In the next presentation, I'm going to do another set of exam questions on tree diagrams just to orientate you and get you used to how to answer it. So it's very important that you get in the habit of practicing exam questions if you want to be successful in exam. Wish you nothing but the best, and maths requires regular practice. The more you practice, the easier it becomes. Right? God bless. Bye.